Now that we've lived in our new build for 6 months, did we make the right decision? What's the build quality like? Is the house actually any good, or is it falling apart?
There's a reason why the colors of the rainbows are so bright.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloreeyah, and on this channel I'm documenting my experiences living in the UK. And if you're new around here, please consider subscribing, check out my other videos as well, and don't forget to leave me your comments and do my best to respond to every comment. Since I posted our house tour video, we have received a lot of questions about the process of buying a property in the UK, inquiries about the pros and the cons of buying a new build property, and how we raised funds needed to obtain a mortgage. As some of you may know, buying a house in the UK is no joke at all. House prices are ridiculously high, especially here in the southeast of England. It requires a major financial commitment from the get-go. So having a job that pays well helps matters a lot, but most of it is having to save over several years, or if you're lucky enough to have parents who are in a position to help you out financially. The truth is, most people can't afford to buy because trying to live and save in this day and age is very difficult indeed. So much is involved in buying a property, and it will be very difficult to go through everything in one video. I'm no expert, so don't take my word for it. I can only tell you what I know based on our experience and how we went about it. However, in this video, I want to talk about why we went for a new build property, some of the pros and the cons, and also I'll be sharing with you the experiences we've had so far living in our new build. So here are 4 reasons why we went for a new build. 1. It's brand new. Everything is new. It's never been lived in, and you know what you're getting. It feels like a new beginning. It feels like it was built specifically for you and your family, and there's something enduring about knowing your name is forever associated with that property, even if you sell it down the line. All the appliances are new and covered by warranty, so if anything goes wrong, they will come back and fix it without you having to pay out. At least that's the arrangement we have with this property. The second reason why we went for a new build follows on from the first reason really, and that's because we did not want to do any DIYs, partly because we did not have any experience in that area, so we thought it was probably best not to buy something that needed refurbishment. Buying a house is already stressful enough, and then imagine adding the stress of stripping out the old stuff and putting in the new ones. Don't get me wrong, buying an older property is probably financially more astute, as they are usually cheaper to buy, and also once you've completed the refurbishment, the property value increases, giving you a nice equity within a short period of time. With that being said, you need to know what you're doing, or else you may end up spending a lot more than you intended to if anything goes wrong. The third point on our list is joining a new community. A new build within a new development means that pretty much you and your neighbors are going through similar experiences at the same time, which makes it easier to get to know them. You may all come from different backgrounds, but you already know that you have a few things in common, which usually is a good conversation starter. But deep down, there is this feeling that if someone is willing to pay a premium for a new build, then it's highly likely that they are interested in looking after their property and their investment, making sure that their property isn't left to fall apart right next to yours. Another good thing about a new development is the estate management. They are responsible for looking after the area. So far, they are doing a fantastic job. The flowers and the grasses are well trimmed, and although part of it still looks like a construction site, they always clean up after themselves. The final point on our list is location. They say location is everything, and for us it was. We wanted to buy in Emsworth, so even though we looked at other development around Portsmouth, we kept coming back here. We ended up buying a new build here because we realized that the older properties in this area were just as expensive as the new builds anyway. The location is perfect, and I promise to do a video on that in the near future. Now, another reason people would prefer to buy new build to older properties is the Help to Buy scheme, which is a government-backed scheme introduced first to help first-time buyers to get a chance to get on the housing market with only a 5% deposit. Initially, the scheme was only applicable to new builds, but recently the law was changed to cover pre-owned properties. The Help to Buy scheme is good, but I would think carefully before taking advantage of it. I'll leave that discussion for another video. So those are just a few reasons why we wanted a new build. However, I guess the real question is, now that we've lived in our new build for 6 months, did we make the right decision? What's the build quality like? Is the house actually any good, or is it falling apart? Although we are delighted with the new build and love living in it, it has not been without its drawbacks. And I'll tell you a couple of things that we've noticed. But before I do, I must stress that the property comes with a 2-year warranty on the appliances and a 10-year warranty on the structure, which means if anything goes wrong in that period of time, then the site management will sort it out free of charge. So with that in mind, here are the few things we found. Firstly, thin walls. Don't expect old Victorian Georgian type of build quality here. The internal walls are pretty much plasterboards throughout the house, so you may want to keep the noise level down, or someone in the next room might hear a few things they shouldn't. But with that being said, it is still well built. Nothing is falling apart like you hear in horror stories. The walls are thin but sturdy. You can pretty much hang anything on it. We have a lot of heavy mirrors around the house and they are holding up really well. No issues with that whatsoever. Secondly, leaking toilets. 3 months after we moved in, we noticed that the base of the toilet in the family bathroom was leaking. We informed the site manager, who had a plumber around, and within a week got it sorted. Thirdly, we spotted a couple of areas where the painting was a little suspect. So my guess was that the painters had applied the first coat of paint and then had forgotten about it. We didn't spot it straight away because it wasn't obvious. We only noticed it by chance and thought, hold on a minute, that wall doesn't look right. Again, we informed the site manager and they had it sorted within a few days. So, if you're interested in moving into a new build, it is important that you do your research. Check out the developer's track record online, but focus on local reviews, especially if it's a national company. There is no point checking out what people in Liverpool are saying about the developers when you live in Sussex, especially because the contractors they use are totally different. Same company, but different contractors. Also find out who the site project manager is and have a word with them if possible. You can usually tell if they know what they're talking about. Finally, if you are moving into a new development, nothing stops you from knocking on someone's door. Just tell them you are looking to buy one of the new builds and would like to ask them a couple of questions about the developers or the build quality. Usually, new homeowners are eager to talk about it, so don't be afraid to ask. At the end of the day, it's totally up to you. New builds are fantastic for couples who are wanting to invest long term, but it's not for everyone because, let's be honest, they are very expensive and may not always be worth it if you get the wrong developers. But a quality new build in a nice area is a great investment. So good luck in your search, and if you like this video and found it informative, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share with your friends and your families, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
There's a reason why the colors of the rainbows are so bright. It's for you and me to learn.